It's week 5 of the National Football League, and everyone's watching Ramondre Stevenson. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Pats and the Saints, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll... The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here come the Patriots now on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers, because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. I mean, what do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Jones throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing, Jones. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. The Patriots have 1 and 3 here in the early part of the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. That ain't going to be tough to beat in this one.
Jones now looking to throw on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on it. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. You know, at first down, they run with Camaras. He'll take it forward for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 19 carries, 81 yards.
It's been a strong season for him thus far, sitting currently 7th in the NFL in rushing. He gives their offense really good flexibility because if he's gashing a defense, they can ride him to an early lead. But the defense sells out to stop him, that opens up their passing game.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
His college teammate Garrett Wilson of the Jets won the award, but Chris Olave was very much in contention for Rookie of the Year honors as well. The only other rookie over 1,000 yards last season, he really looked worthy of that number 11 overall pick and a nice first down catch right there.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's a play nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. An extra corner comes on. Here's Carr to throw. Again, it's Johnson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The kick on Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. To the right side, this is Stevenson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They run once more with Stevenson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. You look at the Saints defense, they've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 20. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This defense for the Pats, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
The Saints going to send out Blake Gillikin to punt on 4th down here. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Patriots offense now. They work their way back onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Jones.
Out route, and this is Henry with a catch.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a couple. They'll try the left side with Stevenson.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Tyrann Mathieu showing off a bit on that stop. Really nice tackle for loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that's complete downfield to Parker.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside give to Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. That's the end of the first
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost gets the football. And one of the linebackers has got it. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 13-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. That's complete right around the 8. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Operating from the gun. Jones. And he's got it. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the 1st down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play.
2nd and goal from the 1. He'll try again. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. And his throw is incomplete.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw his Carr. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Uche was used sparingly, less than 40% of the Patriots snaps, yet still offered a breakthrough season with 11.5 sacks. I would best believe his usage is going to skyrocket this season.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Now comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them,
That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now Jones on first down. He finds Parker. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down. Off the play fake. Jones. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight work.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. One of the linebackers has got it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. On a slant, complete to Michael Thomas. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. On play action, now Carr. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Back to throw, Jones. Got the connection here to Bourne. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now a pass hold, and now look at this, big gain, a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Jones to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And this complete to Henry over the middle. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Parker's got it. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Ryland on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And Devontae Parker able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Ball start.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Shows off the quick feet as he takes this one up to the 20. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Carr now on 1st down. Olave holds it in. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Thomas. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Carr's throw taken in by Edwards.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
At the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
The kick by Lutz is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin in South Florida. It's not retirees or snowbirds, but it is New Yorkers traveling down to the Sunshine State. The Giants in town to take on Miami. And a touchdown separating these two as they've gone to halftime. The Dolphins trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Carolina Panthers. Miles Sanders, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic, see what's happening over in London. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Now a play fake. Carr.
He's going to find Edwards open downfield.
Give him 32 on the play.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. They'll get this down to the 38.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, it's Kamara again. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. Now Jones.
He'll dump this down to Stevenson.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Straight ahead at Stevenson. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing Jones. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
They go play action here on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 23. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 55 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
On first down, Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And able to get this down inside the 15. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun now on third down. Carr got an open man. It's Olave. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Kamara is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Ball start. Awesome.
That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. Now Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now you got third and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that hole, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Carr. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's fourth down.
Great defense there on third and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England trying to get to place on offense. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on who came before it and get back to it.
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Again, it's Elliott. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him to the ball game now on 14 carries.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Now a handoff. Stevenson.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. 10th carry now for Elliott. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
On now the rookie 4th-round pick, Chad Ryland, for the Patriot field goal.
This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Carr going to throw. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Carr to throw.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
And the Saints, 1st down.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Hakeem Hicks, he would not be denied there. He sticks him for the loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Carr. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
See what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
The Patriots ready to get the football back. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Taken down by Pete Werner. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Again, it's Stevenson. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
For plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do this thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The return is Jones. Called that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on a 6-yard return. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. 11 yards for number 11.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. A quick pass out to Juju. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
It'll be a 39-yard punt. No return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Stopped for a loss by Christian Barmore.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. across the 45. Might want to remember that third down play, 37 yards.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the fourth quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play.
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Now Carr. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Kamara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Edwards. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Ndamukong Suh, never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
And it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Thomas. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. 54 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Williams.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
That was a huge play on 3rd down. So now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset.
Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal.
And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Kamara on 4th and goal, unable to get in. And the Patriots get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
On second down, it's Stevenson.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And that should do it. He's got a first down, and the Patriots can run it out from here.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Second and 11. On the counter, it's Stevenson.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable here from the 38.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Patriots, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.